Here I am in my garage. It's just a regular garage, not a shop. This is probably, I think it was built in the 1950s, and it's big for the time frame, but I do have a lot of stuff in here. I could certainly stand to get a little bit more space to make my job easier, but I wouldn't be just a regular dude trying to project things if I had a shop or a big garage. This is my 2004 Triumph Thunderbird Sport, which I've done plenty of tinkering on. As you can see, obviously there's the car that's going to be the subject of this video series, and this here is my coffee roasting station. This is an oral history of the car and probably not 100% accurate, but the story I got was that it was originally purchased by a secretary in Mountain Home Air Force Base and driven pretty delicately and garage kept for most of its life. At some point it got old and started having issues. She sold it to a younger man, probably an airman from Mountain Home Air Force Base. And that person, as far as I know, fixed a fuel delivery system issue by installing an electric fuel pump with a switch and basically bypassing the relay that's built into the car computer and just installing a generic relay. During this time, it was also outfitted with a C-pillar truss brace to stiffen the chassis and limit body flex in cornering. And it was also stored outside for a while, so there was some water damage, but mainly just mildew and stained carpeting. I purchased the car from the third owner, and his whole plan was to autocross this. So he focused on suspension. He replaced the front and rear sway bars, and he, with the help of a high school student in an auto tech program, performed a top-end rebuild and replaced the timing belt. During this time, he also installed a new starter, new spark plugs and wires, and I'm sure he did a few other things. The condition that this was in when I got it was drivable with some minor issues. And I'm sure that the third owner did some more work to it, but at the end of the day, like, he wasn't concerned with the lights working or anything on the console working or really any cosmetic issues or other functionality. He just wanted to try to drive it fast around a coned course for time. The speedometer didn't work, and after I fixed and replaced the speedometer cable, it worked for a few months, and then it's actually broken again. So that's something else that's back on the list. The speedometer gears within the speedometer itself are plastic. I can still hear the speedometer cable spinning, but I'm pretty sure that I've broken those original plastic gears. When I got this, the windows didn't roll up or down, and the sunroof was missing latches, and the sunroof switches and motors didn't function. The headlights and taillights worked, but the headlight motor didn't work, and none of the marker lights worked. So again, no lights on the dashboard worked. Wiper blades worked intermittently, but the washer fluid did not dispense properly. And the driver's seat was loose. The parking brake worked, but the parking brake indicator light and switch did not work. Also, the shifter was loose, and the shifter boot, the original leather, had shrunk and looked pretty ugly. The doors didn't latch well, and also the keys didn't really work well to unlock the doors. After I got it home and just took it to a coffee shop, the battery died. So at that point, the battery was good, but the alternator belt as well as the cables and the battery terminals were loose. So that was just a quick fix. The AC doesn't work. I haven't fixed that yet. It's not that big of an issue. And also the car stereo was removed at some point in time, and some of the original speakers were rotted. So currently, the biggest issues I have are a power steering fluid leak that's gotten quite bad. And there's also an oil leak. When I first got this, there was an oil leak, and the owner previous to me said he thought it was a pan leak. The oil leak has since gotten worse, and I've since discovered that it's leaking on the back half of the motor around where the head gasket is. And so my thought is that they probably didn't properly torque the bolts, or maybe the machining wasn't good, but whatever's going on there, the mating surface isn't well. So hopefully with that, I can just take a bunch of stuff off and re-torque those bolts. But that's an issue right now because the oil leaks right onto the exhaust, which could cause a fire. Also, the power steering is drivable, but it's leaking power steering fluid right onto the belts, causing a squeak, and it's pretty annoying.